At Quakecon, Bethesda explained how many mechanics in Fallout 76 would work, and I'm going to summarise everything in this video so you can start Fallout 76 in the know, because it's a very different game to Fallout 4. We'll be talking about character builds, the new perk card system, player versus player, base building, and more. Starting out, like any Fallout game, you can design your character. Fallout 76 has many more customizable options to make your character look truly unique, but unlike previous games, we can also change our character's appearance and gender whenever we like. Upon leaving Vault 76, you will start the game with only 1 point in each one of your special stats, which represent strength, perception, endurance, and so on. Each time you level up, you will get 1 special point to invest, up to level 50. So this means you will have a total of 50 special points to invest in your stats. However, each special stat is now capped at 15 instead of 10. This means that it's impossible to max out your character because you would need 98 special points to invest, but you will only have 50. But you can also reallocate all of your special stats whenever you like and completely switch up and change your character build. You're not tied into playing the game one way, so feel free to explore. If you invest in a special stat, for example strength, you will then unlock a perk card from it. These perk cards are basic at first. For example, 2 strength will give you the gladiator perk card, which makes you do 10% more damage in melee with one-handed weapons. There are hundreds of perk cards in Fallout 76, but you can only have a collection of the cards active at once. This is essentially how you build your character and how everyone will end up with a different build and playstyle. Many of these cards have tiers to them. So for example, we can use a duplicate of the gladiator card to rank it up. So at rank 3 of the gladiator perk card, you will get plus 30% damage with one-handed melee weapons, instead of 10%. Now every 2 levels until you reach level 10, you will get a perk card pack with a random selection of 4 perk cards. After level 10, you'll get a pack every 5 levels. And since you can level beyond 50, you can grind out an unlimited amount of perk cards. And it's also possible to receive cards you can't actually use yet because you're too low a level or you don't have the special stat requirement. But again, we can swap out these cards anytime you like to completely change your character build. I suggest you actually respec your character depending on what you're doing. So for example, if you're exploring, you'll want cards that allow you to carry more. But if you're battling other players, you'll want a more damaged base setup. I'll link some starter build recommendations down below in the description, depending on what your focus is. Now, Pete Hines has also confirmed that you can only get perk cards from leveling up in game, so they're not tied to microtransactions. So you can't buy yourself perk card packs with microtransactions, which is a big relief to a lot of us. So that's a breakdown of how Fallout 76's build system will work. But I also want to talk about the charisma stat, because it's completely changed now Fallout 76 is a multiplayer game. It's actually really cool, and I think a lot of people are underrating it, because the charisma stat will now allow you to share your perk cards with your party. So for example, if me and you are in a party together, I can give you my really high level strength perk card, which allows you to carry more weight. Then, even if you don't have a high strength level yourself, you're still able to carry lots of loot when we're exploring in a group. So in my opinion, if you're playing in a big group, charisma is actually an extremely useful stat. Now let's talk about player versus player combat. Firstly, other people cannot attack you until you're level 5, and you can't attack other players. After that, players that attack you will only be able to do a small amount of damage. Kind of just like a slap, sort of a challenge to say, hey, let's fight. They can hit you as many times as they like and it will keep on doing a small amount of damage. If you then decide to fight back though, you'll start PvP between both of you. If you do not want to fight, however, you can just ignore it. But it is possible for that player to carry on hitting you, doing small amounts of damage repeatedly and eventually kill you. But if you did not hit that player back, you will then get the option to seek revenge, which starts PvP, or you can block that player and say, I don't want anything to do with that. Either way, the player that murdered you will then get a bounty on their head because they killed you without you fighting back. They will also get no more rewards for murdering any other players who don't fight back. and every other player in the game will be able to see them very clearly on the map and the fact they have a bounty on their head. Anybody can attack them in PvP, they're allowed to fight back, but obviously the odds are going to be stacked against them. If another player now kills them though, the bounty will come out of their own money. So bear this in mind before you grief other players. I think it's quite a good deterrent to stop people from pointlessly killing others if they don't want to fight. And if you die in PvP or against the environment, you don't actually lose anything apart from the junk that you were carrying. That junk can also be looted off players who die, and you also get rewarded with caps and experience for killing other players. And if you kill anybody who is a higher level, you will get even more caps and experience. As for respawning, you can actually choose to spawn at Vault 76 for free. The further away from Vault 76 you go, the more caps it will cost you to spawn there. As for your base or camp, it is possible for other players to damage it. This is basically just to stop people from building a fort around you so you cannot escape. The base can, however, be repaired for a relatively cheap cost if it's destroyed by another player. The same goes for if it's in the blast radius of a nuke. Either way, if your base does get destroyed, don't worry, it has a saved blueprint of what you built, so it's always easy to repair and rebuild from scratch. Everything is saved. It's also worth stating that they're going to have party voice chat and also public voice chat, so you can chat to people in the game world wherever they are, if they're close enough to you. But this is an optional feature that you can turn off. Finally though, for those of you wondering, private servers will not be available at launch, but they are coming. In a private server, you'll be able to invite your friends, you can do whatever you like on there, and you can also mod it. I will of course be making my own private server with mods as soon as it's out, so make sure you come and join me. I'll also be live streaming Fallout 76 daily when it's released, and I'll have open invites to anybody who wants to join my party while I play. This is really cool for me because I finally get to enjoy the RPG that I know and love with my friends and with you guys, my viewers, and I'm really excited for that. So I'm going to do a lot of live streaming and a lot of playing with you guys. Of course, anyone who is a member of the channel will get first come, first serve for that feature. So if that's something that interests you, press that blue join icon next to the subscription button below and check out what other benefits and perks you get for becoming a member of my channel. But thank you very much for watching me, ESO. I will see you guys in the next video. Have a fantastic day and goodbye.